Hey band kids, this is Mr. Jaber. I am here to help you guys out with the Alto 1 saxophone part for Counting Stars. It starts out with a saxophone solo, which is pretty cool. And hopefully when we come back to school, we'll be able to have auditions for who gets that saxophone solo. If you haven't already, please make sure that you guys get your saxophone out. And we're gonna first I'm gonna play the song normally just to give you an idea of how it's supposed to sound. And then I wanna back up to go to a few sections to work on because this is quite a difficult song for saxophone. So here's the saxophone one part. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2, 35, go. Mezzo forte, ready, go. Okay, so as you probably heard there's a lot of high to low notes jumping around all over the place. The range for this is huge. Also, you probably noticed that there's an F natural. Please do not play F sharp at any point in this song. Now, good news about this song is that there are no accidentals. For saxophone, what you see is what you get. So there's no A flat or G flat or G sharp or anything. It's just all letters. No sharp, no flat at all. So every single note in this song, if you see an A, it's an A, like normal. If you see an F natural, okay? So don't play F sharp. I know we're used to doing the F sharp fingering for saxophone with the middle finger. Do not do that this time, okay? All right, so obviously in the beginning, very important section. Let's go back and try measures 1 to 10 again, very slowly to give you guys a chance to try and practice it. Remember, you can slow this video down as much as you need. In the settings around, I don't know exactly where it is, but it's there. Look for how to slow down the video. Okay, so that way you guys can practice at your own tempo. Let's start from the very beginning. Slowly. 1, 2, and nice and slowly. right, so I hope you take some time to rewind that back so that way you can make sure that you guys are practicing this the right way, which is slow and steady always is going to win the race. Don't take it fast and start making mistakes like no pauses. If you're pausing, you've got to do something different. You got to slow it down, okay? Don't play it at the normal speed with pausing. The world ain't gonna wait for you. You can't do that in music. So make sure that when you guys are practicing this, you do one of two things. Either one, you practice with what we just played. Rewind the video back as many times as you need to practice it. Or two, you go online and search online metronome and have like on a computer, let's say you're watching this on your phone, on a computer, you have that online metronome clicking while this video is playing. So that way you can pause the video, try it with the online metronome, and then come back, try it with the video without the metronome, because I'm not using a metronome right now, and it's just gonna get hairy if you do that. So either practicing online with a metronome or practicing with this video. Never just take it at whatever tempo you want with pauses in the rhythm. It doesn't help. It's a bad habit to get into. It's like stuttering when you're speaking. You don't want to stutter when you speak. It doesn't flow as well. So we don't want to stutter when we practice our music either. Okay, so now that we've got that, there is quite a difficult section at measure 23. So let's take a look at that. There's a jump, extreme jump from a C to an A, like a high A with the octave key. So let's practice jumping back and forth between those two notes together. 1, 2, in quarter note. Something important you want to do is you want to make sure that your throat is staying still. If your throat's moving a lot, that's probably not a good thing. And it means that you're accommodating the change, you're changing your airstream. You don't want to do that. The whole time you want to be like a pop balloon, just the whole time, steady stream of air going through the saxophone. So that way, if somebody else was playing your saxophone, you just keep blowing the same amount of air. You wouldn't know what they're doing with their fingers. In the same way, you don't want your mouth to change based off of what your fingers are doing. You've got to keep that steady airstream going. And you don't need to do vibrato. It's a habit that I've got. That's something that you don't need to worry about now. I'll have a separate video actually talking about vibrato, because I think a lot of, especially saxophone, is really cool to be able to do vibrato. But don't worry about that now. We'll focus on that in another video. For now, worry about getting certain parts of the song down. Before we go, let's try 23 together, nice and slow. 1, 2, and ready, go. Make sure you guys take that back, rewind it, work on that part a whole lot. That's a really important spot in the song. All right, and lastly, let's go over measure 55. If you look at the last line of this song, you'll see that measure 56 is the first measure of the last line. One measure before that is where we're going to start. And that's going to be you guys harmonizing along with other instruments playing. So let's take it from 51 first to get us into it. 51, holding a D. 1, 2, and ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, mezzo forte, go. that's the song. When you're doing that, the most important note is going to be the last note of every other measure. So that's going to be that note right there. It comes in on the upbeat, not the downbeat. So you don't want to do something like nah, you're too late if that happens. Okay, you've got to make sure upbeat. Tap your foot. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And practicing doing that without the instrument first. Just first tap your foot and hum the rhythm. If you're able to hum it correctly or sing it correctly, it's going to be no problem playing it correctly. These fingerings here aren't the tricky part. The tricky part is going to be the rhythm and the articulation also. Ta-ya, ta-ta, ta-ya, ta, ta-ya, ta-ta, ta-ya, ta. So be wary of that. All right, guys. Well, I hope my video helped. Feel free to come back to it anytime that you guys need to work on this song and you're feeling a little confused. If this suffices, just one time watching it, fantastic. Have fun practicing it, and let me know. Email me with any questions at kjaber@sbpsb.org. I'm looking so forward to seeing you guys again. Keep up the practice. Stay safe. Stay healthy.